So I am Reverend Jim Kolbosky. Wow. So amazing. 2 weeks ago, I was on a plane to Japan for my patent attorney job. The job is hectic. It has long hours, and I could work that job 60 or 80 hours a week, but instead I'm doing about 30 hours a week. And I'm spending the rest of the time here. And I said, why am I doing this? Why did I buy Rising Phoenix? I had such buyer's remorse. I was so confused. And this is why I'm doing it. It's the right thing. All of my car friends are at the racetrack now racing their cars down at Virginia International Raceway. It is so much fun. I sold my race car on Wednesday. I'm doing this. I'm all in. So, we're talking about gratitude today. What is gratitude? Webster defines gratitude as a feeling of appreciation or thanks. Why is this so important? Why is it the theme of the first service? Because gratitude is one of the strongest and most beneficial feelings that we can experience. I'm now rolling at full speed on my spiritual awakening, but even before the spiritual awakening years ago, I practiced a life of gratitude, and it got me to incredible places. At my patent attorney job, my mentor, my boss, my friend Greg Meyer, who is now in spirit, and he's come to us many times at a Tuesday night circle at Celeste Wood's house. When Greg was alive, he came up to me and said, "Jim, I really enjoy hanging out with you." And I'm like, "Well, why?" And he said, "One of the toughest jobs I have is at the end of the year, I distribute discretionary bonuses to the attorneys. And the other attorneys, I'd give them something, and they would always be of the attitude that I'm worth more. You don't appreciate me. I can't believe that you're only giving me this much." And no matter what I received, I said, "Wow, this is amazing. I am so grateful for this." And that, I didn't realize it at the time, but that gratitude went so far, and it affected the way so many people looked at me. But what really is gratitude? It's a personality trait. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's so many things. As an emotion, gratitude really is a feeling of happiness that comes from a place of appreciation. Gratitude is a state of mind that arises when you affirm a good thing in your life that comes from outside of yourself. That there's some external factor, and you look at that and you think about how that is teaching you something, how it is bringing you to a better place. Your state of mind for gratitude does not depend on life circumstances. You could be having an absolutely horrible day. Things could be going wrong, but you could turn to that place of gratitude and make it all change inside. Gratitude is like a web page. You want to look at Facebook, you just pull up your phone and go to it. Gratitude is the exact same way. No matter what you're feeling, no matter how down you are, gratitude brings you to that place. So that's what gratitude is. What are the benefits of gratitude? Gratitude is so strongly linked to our own mental health and how we feel. It really puts us in a good place. Grateful people experience more love, more joy, more satisfaction, and are protected from the lower vibration negative emotions such as bitterness, greed, hatred. In researching this topic, I also found that gratitude protects people from depression, substance abuse, anxiety. It's just amazing how much turning inside and appreciating what's around you can make you feel. Gratitude not only affects the mind, but studies have shown that gratitude affects your body. It lowers blood pressure. It gives you a better immune function. You have better physical health when you're in this state. Everything it does is raise you up. Many of you know that 3 years ago, I came home from work one day. I had the perfect family, the perfect marriage, and found that my ex-wife had moved out. She was my wife at the time. And it was such a dark place. She had always sworn that people should stay married forever, and only weak people got divorced, and they didn't work for the relationship. And it was such a tough time for me. But within 2 or 3 months, I realized that she had given me the greatest gift ever. She caused this spiritual awakening that I'm on. And once I realized that it wasn't her fault or my fault or anybody's fault, but she was going through this incredible mental difficult time of being in such a low place, because she was struggling on one hand with the belief that you should never get divorced, but on the other hand with the feeling that she needed to be independent. And she continues to struggle, and I am so grateful that she put me through this and woke me up. And once I got into that state of gratitude, my whole life changed. I was no longer upset about the failed marriage. I was grateful for it. And that just made life so good. And on the occasions that I would see her when we were doing something with the children, she just said, "Why are you so happy? I'm not happy. How can you get over this so quick?" And it's because of gratitude. And it's truly amazing how it could affect our lives. Gratitude is different from other positive emotions, such as happiness and pleasure. Gratitude is inherently relational. You can go out, with regard to happiness, you could read a good book, sit in a chair by yourself at home and be happy. But gratitude almost always involves your interaction with another person, and that just spreads things beyond belief. So our story here that Tracy read about Androcles, thank you, it was awesome. So what did that show us? That showed, the slave pulled out the thorn from the lion's foot. There was the slave did not expect anything in return from that, but it was just the right thing to do because the animal was suffering. So then when it was time, when the Romans captured the lion and the slave, and the lion was supposed to eat the slave, the lion expressed his gratitude for what the slave had done in helping him with his foot, and so the lion spared the life of Androcles. So you never know how you're going to affect people, and you never know what you're going to get in return. So it's just this circle that happens, and it's just beautiful. When you're grateful people, when people think of who you are when you're grateful, they look at you as being more helpful, more outgoing, more optimistic, more trustworthy. It's such an amazing trait to have. Okay, so that is the benefits of gratitude. Now, how do we practice gratitude? How do we get there? Gratitude isn't something that just happens, but you can ask for it, you can practice it. It's like yoga or meditation, something you could do to put yourself to practice. So first, pay attention to what's around you. Look at the beautiful sky, the clouds, no traffic, things that go well with your spouse, your partner, your job, any little thing. Just notice, pay attention. But you don't have to notice just the good things. Take a look at what happens with the bad things and think to yourself, what is the lesson from this thing that happened? How can I learn from it? How can I grow? And be grateful, like I was grateful for my wife leaving the marriage. You could be grateful for anything. It just brings you to a better place and gets you over the problems. So number one, notice. Number two, reflect on your gratitude. You can do this. No, it's okay, we're all informal.
She's making me feel better.
You got me to smile for the picture.
I'm done.
Okay, so write in a journal or write a letter to somebody. I noticed yesterday, as setting up for this is a blank journal. Gratitude is the door to abundance. So many people, if you've had an angel reading with B, and most of us had, you'll find that the angels always speak through her and say, write about your gratitude. It is amazing. Write a poem. Look at what Arnold did for us by expressing his gratitude. How did that feel, Arnold, when you wrote that?
It did feel releasing, honestly. It felt releasing. And thank you again for having me do it, because it caused me to reflect. And everything you're saying about gratitude, the poem makes, I feel like a whole person now. Not an angry person, not a whole person.
It took the anger away a little bit, huh?
Definitely took the edge off. Yeah, to be grateful for my son, for, happiness, things like that. But I don't talk to him.
Amazing. Writing allows you to magnify the good feelings, expand on the source of goodness that comes from the gratitude, cataloging the resources that you've gained from the experience, whether the experience was good or bad. So, we're all busy. I say I don't have time. I don't have 15 minutes to journal what my gratitude is. But I have a 30-minute drive to work every morning. So during that ride, I spend the first 15 minutes talking about how grateful I am for what I've experienced in the last 24 hours. 15 minutes in the car thinking about how things went the last 24 hours, reflecting on it and the good and the bad and what you've learned and how you've grown. And it's amazing. It just lifts you right up. Start your day that way if you have to drive somewhere. I found 2 studies on people who created gratitude journals. In one study, they found that people did more physical exercise by having a gratitude journal. They had less physical problems. They feel better about their lives, and they're more optimistic about the future. In the second study, they found that people were higher alertness, more enthusiastic about what they were doing in life, better determination, attentiveness, and a higher level of energy. So that's how you can reflect on the gratitude. And then 3, you want to express that gratitude to others. Expressing gratitude completes the feeling of connection. Many people in your life have helped you in some way or another. We all help each other out in this room in so many ways. There are so many wonderful people helping out with Rising Phoenix here. I am so appreciative of all that. Tell them about it. I'm not very good at it, but send them a note. Send them a thank you note. In science fiction movies, they always talk about, when people talk about a time machine, they talk about, be careful when you go back in time, because if you go back into the past, you can affect the present in a way you don't understand. How about this? Let's look at the present and act in the present so we could change the future. You can do that by practicing gratitude. holiday season is a good time to think about gratitude, not for just the physical gifts which we receive wrapped up, but in everything around us. There are so many people who are truly gifts in our life. There's 1,000 things that happen every day, big or little, make such a difference. Take time during this crazy busy upcoming holiday season. We're in November. The Rising Phoenix holiday sale is next Saturday. So it's starting. It's crazy. Think about what's going on. If you're in need of support, healing during this busy time, turn to gratitude. If you're struggling with family drama, which we all have, and sometimes the holidays are tough because of that. If you have disappointments, things don't work out, turn to gratitude. Gratitude will help you through. Thank you.